Greetings, viewers of Civic Space 101 channel. Welcome to this exclusive interview today, and we are glad to be in the company of one and only, the MP of Kimilili constituency, Honorable Didmus Barasa. And today we're gonna dissect on various projects, various initiatives that the Honorable Member of Parliament of Kimilili constituency is on the run with them for the sake of the people of Kimilili. My name is Kate Kulo, and welcome. Yeah, our viewers, as I told you earlier, that today we're gonna have someone big and bigger on our channel. And remember, this is Civic Space 101, where we give power to the people. And having an exclusive talk with the Honorable Member of Parliament, Didmus Barasa, for Kimilili constituency. And today we're gonna dissect a lot of issues that is happening in these constituencies. When I thought of education transformation, thinking of infrastructure, thinking of, that is education, infrastructure, the housing aspect, there's this one name that came into our mind, and that is none other than Honorable Didmus Barasa, the MP for Kimilili constituency. Karibu sana mheshimiwa.
Asante.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you.
How have you been?
It's fine.
Yeah, thank you for giving us this honor. And just to go straight, I know our viewers, they know you very well. We know you as our leader out there. We've seen you doing a lot of issues that, and the impact is seen even to the residents of not just Kimilili constituency, but the whole of Bungoma County. But today we want to understand, who is this? Who is Didmus Barasa?
Yeah, my Didmus Barasa is the son of a widow who was born in around Asianda about 40 years ago. And I began my school just here at Asianda Primary School. I went to Community Boys. I went to Kenya Power Lighting. I went to JKU Art. I went to MKU. I'm currently doing a PhD in public administration from the Murang'a University.
Maybe as you are growing up, did you ever think of, you'll get to where you are right now?
Not really, but not really because I never dreamt of being a member of parliament. Because I've, from primary schools to secondary school, I was never a class prefect or a class monitor. But until when I go to college, that's when I began to participate in the leadership. And at one point, I was the chairman of the Student Governing Council. And that is kind of propelled me to now having a desire to occupy an office of influence, specifically on public policy.
So would you agree with us that when you get those leadership positions, like we have prefects at that lower stage, we have student leaders at the university level, would you say that it has an impact towards someone's career?
Yes, any career that a person pursues is all dependent on the personal attributes. You can't be a news anchor if you are a stomach. It's not possible. Or if you don't speak good English, I mean good diction. So those early leadership positions will cultivate the attributes of a person. You become to be much more eloquent. You begin to gain confidence speaking before people. So when you are appointed as a monitor, we used to call them monitors. When you are monitoring noise levels, everything, that everything is done properly. Those leadership positions from primary schools, they are very important because they prepare a person into being an outgoing person, able to speak on some issues, provide leadership. Yes, they are very, very important.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking at, you know, our leaders and you see what they're doing, you feel like this human being is so perfect. And you know, we understand that people, human beings are not perfect. So maybe for you as a person, when you are growing up to where you are there mistakes that you did? Are there successes that you did at your younger age that you'd like to share with us?
You know, first, my professions played a big role into being who I am today. As a young engineer in this country, you know, at that time when the government of Kenya had just repealed the Occupational Health and Safety Act from the Factories and Other Places of Work Act. There were requirements of, you know, institutions having a safety officer with my engineering background. I think I changed my career from being an electrical engineer to a safety engineer. And safety engineering entails developing of standard operating procedures, reviewing them across all the company's processes, also incorporating the quality aspect of it. And I've done so many trainings about quality. Quality entails trying to find out that the work that you are going to do, how safe are you going to execute this work? So it entails a lot of planning, a lot of you know, you engage other people to be able, even if they're not members of your department, you know, so that the procedure that they are coming out, which they will follow, is very safe. So you must have that capacity to identify critical areas with risks and you mitigate. So to me, before I do everything, I look at it very critically, very analytically, in terms of what is the end game? Is it going to be efficient or not? What are we going to achieve at the end of the day? I look at the outcome of my actions and feel if it's going to be much more beneficial, then I proceed. If it is not, I do not proceed.
People out there, or even our viewers and children who are going through, you know, challenges, and you know, education is not even easy to them. Does that inform, you know, your passion towards, you know, the education sector? Because there's a lot of impact when it comes to Kimilili constituency in
What
terms of
I,
education.
what I said is that I began my career as an electrical engineer. Of course, I've worked with the Kenya Power Lighting Company. That is was one of my first employers in this country. But then, because of the sufferings of many Kenyans and very many people, including those who are around me, you know, from this area, uh, I kind of felt like my engineering background is not giving me a proper opportunity to participate in policy making in this country. And then I found out that in Kenya, our governance system gives an opportunity for members of parliament or members of county assemblies. The role of policy making, the role of law making in this country, and that is what drove me into running for the community parliamentary seat, which I won. And I have since transgressed completely from engineering. When I began my education afresh. I enrolled for a Bachelor of Arts degree in Public Administration at Mount Kenya University, which I finished. I did the master's in the same field, which I finished and graduated. And I'm currently doing a PhD in Public Administration from Murang'a University. I'm at halfway. I'll be doing my final exams in the next 2-3 days. And then I embark on my project, which I enjoy most because that is what I do every day. Those who have worked with me, they know that I am a Mr. Perfectionist, and that everything I lay my hands on, I do it passionately. So it's not just about how I have transformed the education infrastructure, the roads infrastructure, the housing infrastructure for the sake of it, but I am not a jumpy person. I am a focused person in terms of if I am focused to do ABCD, I'll have to do it. I'll put all my energies there to do it. And I will do it well. I take time to plan on what I want to do. So when I go out to execute, I will have already known the bottlenecks that I expect along the way, how to navigate against them, how to mitigate against them. And that is what gives me the energy to proceed. And also, I'm young. You know, when you are young, you become ambitious. You know, when you employ a teacher who is 28, 30, 40, that teacher will be very productive because he will know that he wants to ascend to the ranks and be the headmaster or be a principal.
Yeah, true.
Right. True. But when you employ the one that is remaining with 2 years to retire at the age of 58, you know they will be demoralized.
Yeah.
They will not have the self-drive. Nothing motivates them. So because also of my age, I have the energy to self-propel myself and do what we call in engineering self-synchronism. Self-synchronism is that self-adaptability to the challenges that you come across when you are proceeding to achieve your goals.
Okay. Okay.
And also
Yeah.
planning.
Yes.
Planning is very, very important. Some people have been saying that I'm been able to do more than 45-story buildings in my constituency because my constituency is small.
Yeah.
And we had a discussion previously before with the former member of parliament for Kandui and that one for Tongaren, Selisimiyu. They kept on, discussing me in groups saying that Kimilili has been able to achieve this milestone insofar as development of schools, roads are concerned because it's a small constituency. And I asked myself one question, that if I have built 45-story buildings, well, Mnyinyi by then he had been a member of parliament for 15 years. So you ought to have built 15 times 5, times 5, which, not 15, but 45 times 5. In my 10 years, member of parliament for 5 years, I have built 45-story buildings. I have built 12 schools from scratch, schools which from scratch,
Yes.
and building 8 classrooms, a complete school. I have reconstructed more than 10 schools. Reconstruction means you build the whole school. If the school had 18 classrooms, you reconstruct the whole 18 classrooms. I have built 12 schools of such. So if somebody says that my constituency is small, and for the second example of Atanas Wafula Mnyinyi was a member of parliament for 15 years, and now he's John Makali. Of course, the people of Kandui saw some sense and send him home, including Selisimi. Then, if you are saying that my constituency is small, and I have built 45-story buildings, so with your big constituency, how many have you built? You must also have built 15. Yeah?
Yeah.
You must have built 15 times 3 times. 45 times 3 times. That will be more than 135-story buildings. So it's not about whether your constituency is small or big. It's about how you are planning yourself. And for your information, this is something which the public don't know. In Bungoma County, Kimilili constituency doesn't get the lion's share. The constituency that gets more money are 4 constituencies: Kandui, Mula, Mount Elgon, and Tongaren, because they have more wards. The number of money you get from CDF is dependent on the number of wards in your constituency. Myself and Kapchai, we have 4 wards, we get the same amount of money. The constituency that gets the least money is Sirisia because it has got 3 wards, right? So in terms of development, we need to see more development in Bumula, in Kandui, in Mount Elgon, and in Tongaren, because they get over 200 million, as we get around 137 million.
Having a place, or do you have mechanisms that you put in place to ensure that there's impact now to the students and the community at large? Being that now Bungoma County, even as a whole, from research, it shows that number of dropouts, so high. The dropout rate is so high. I don't know if you follow up to do the impact assessment after doing so much investment in that area.
Yeah, but I may say also I don't want to choke my throat by putting there very many things. The government of Kenya has got a robust system that gives responsibilities and power to different arms of government and to different state officers. My role as a member of parliament is to provide an enabling environment for education, is to build schools. Once I've built schools, that is even a role that I don't do alone. Even the Ministry of Education also has a role in building schools.
Okay.
And once I build schools, I don't really meddle in running of the schools unless when it is very, very necessary. That's when you see me raise my voice. And but I may say in my constituency, I am satisfied with the level of improvement that has been registered. If you look at the trend, most schools registered positive deviations, positive deviations, and they have also greatly improved. And I am also a believer that people go to school not necessarily to get an A. People go to primary schools not necessarily to get 400 marks out of 500, but they go to school to learn very many other things. Even if we have situations where some high school pupils or high school students getting something like D minus or D plus, when you sit with them,
Yeah.
you see their mind is a bit different from those who never went to high school.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm simply saying is that I don't just focus on the grades that students or pupils register to say that education is doing justice to them or not. I look at very many things. When you go to the University of Nairobi at the gate, you see there are some animals. One is drinking water. Another one is just standing there.
Okay.
Another one is drinking water and the eyes appears to be looking around. So when you go to school to learn, focusing on education only is a disaster. Classwork only is a disaster. Standing there, not focusing on your education, not focusing on anything is another disaster. But it's just as if you go to a school and you become an all-round.
Yeah.
You are focusing on your classwork. You are doing some extracurricular activities.
Yes.
You're also learning on how to combat life,
Okay.
real life experiences.
Yeah.
So my analysis and of education, whether we are improving or not, is not just it's not just a focus on how many marks my pupils are getting,
Yeah.
how many grades these other students are getting.
Okay.
I focus on very many.
You did launch the ICT library to to help the residents, even the students within the constituency to enable their research, and even connected with by internet. And you said the whole of Bungoma County can really benefit from that. So how far is it? How far?
Yeah, by the
After the
time
launch,
when I launched that library, ICT center, I handed it over to the county government, and of course we already had a small library running, so we transferred everything to the new library, and I think it is working very well. And of course, with this new budget cycle, I hope that the counties will be able to factor in proper budgets, bring in more learning material, more reading material. I look at I look for a day when that library will be able to provide even books for schools to come and borrow, enough books for schools to come and borrow, so that they can address the deficiency of reading books, of books that should be read by students in school. And that is my dream. And I will always work with them on need basis. I can also set aside some funds from my CDF kitty to be able to increase the number of books available for the students to come and borrow.
I think by the end of this year, there's a target that you want to reach in terms of housing. Maybe if I ask, how far with that kind of a project, and how is the reception by the Kimilili residents, and especially to those who directly benefited from that project?
Like I said and I've said before, I will not accept myself as a member of parliament for this constituency to see my people living in deplorable dwelling areas, very makeshift structures that are a health hazard. I had the history of staying in a grass thatch house. I had the experience of you know living in a house where we were very many of us in one room, two rooms. I had the experience of seeing women take the young children to the neighbor when it's coming to rain. I had the experience of sleeping in sacks of maize. You put in torn old clothes. You put in the banana leaves so that you form a mattress and you sleep on top of it, or you put grass. So I said I can't allow myself as a member of parliament to be an MP of an area where we have grass-thatched houses. In my constituency, I have elementary or grass-thatched houses where a family was living inside. Yeah, I have also begun an ambitious program, which I am 98% done. I'm moving with about 56 houses to complete the whole project of 3,600 houses, where I was upgrading Mabati houses, but they are like on your marks, They look like they can fall down anytime. Some are what we refer in our community as Kamakubili, a home where the man of the home died long time ago. You can't repair it. It's completely dilapidated. So I came up with an ambitious program to phase it out. You get my point? Yes. Yeah, so I am always trying to improve on every sector every time.
Okay. So
I have also opened up my road network. My road network are very good. Yeah, of course, I utilize various money that I get for roads that goes to sort out our road issues. RMLF 10%, 42%, some emergency funding that I get from elsewhere.
yes.
Very many things. Government works on a plan, which are basically policies. And once these plans have been actualized, we also have a whole team that does monitoring and evaluation. They monitor implementation of these policies by getting feedback from various actors, from various recipients, and the majority of the people who give feedbacks are the people. So once the government of Kenya implements something and the people are complaining, it seems not to be received well, it seems not to assist the government achieve the intended purpose, then there is what we call policy termination. So we've just approved the budget. The finance bill that was, suspended by the courts now is in place now, so the government can go out full throttle and implement each and everything that contained in their policy document that Parliament approved. So by so doing, after some time, of course, the all other officers who are employed by government to do monitoring and evaluation to see how this policy, whether it's working or not, they will lead into a review or a termination of the said policies. So Kenyans should continue those who are complaining, they should continue to complain. Those who are happy, they should continue to be happy. What I can tell them is that the government of William Samoei Ruto will internalize each and every complaint, and we will use all those things as a tool for continuous improvement, to improve our policies, to improve our approach. Those that are good ones, tunasema kwa Kiswahili tutashikilia hapo. Those ones that are not working, we will terminate them, we will change them, and that is the beauty of government that listens to the people. That is how the whole framework of policy development, policy implementation, policy evaluation is done.
When you are the parliament, you are a representative of the people. So are you saying that, we should trust the process?
We should trust the process because there are some people who are complaining about the price of unga, that unga is too expensive.
Yeah, the basic commodity.
The basic commodities. Yeah. The others who are also complaining that sugar is very expensive. Yeah. But if you go to the cane farmers, they are telling you that they want also their cane to retail at a higher price so that they can get more money and get value for the input they put in their farms, beginning from preparing their land, tilling their land, planting cane, removing of the weeds, waiting patiently for 18 months before they sell their cane. Even also from our area here, this is harvesting season. So we have also people who are saying that we can't allow that a gorogoro of maize to retail cheaply. They want a gorogoro of maize to retail at 200 shillings. And if a gorogoro of maize will retail at 200 shillings, then common sense will tell you that the price of a packet of unga or flour will also go up. You know, because they are also, and when you listen to them, they make sense. Farmers of maize from North Rift, from Western, and the various parts of the country, they will tell you that they put too much labor in their land. Some do not even own those land. They go to lease the land. Yeah. When you lease land, you are supposed to prepare it, till it. Fertilizer is very expensive. You have to buy fertilizer, put it there. We've been encouraging our people that you can just be, you can be not, you don't just to be employed to earn a living. You can be a farmer. Yeah. You can be an entrepreneur. You get my point? Yes. So we cannot be telling our people that even farming is as profitable as someone being employed as a teacher, just to turn around and tell them that we are buying your gorogoro of maize at 50 shillings. Okay. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So the issues of the increase in the cost of living, when you zero down to itemized products, is debatable. We have some, like I told you, this particular area, if you go there and you say that you want unga to retail at 50 shillings or at 100 shillings, which will definitely now translate to deteriorating prices of maize in this country, the people will lynch you. Yeah. They will stone you.
Yeah. We are done and elections are done. Zoya story is also done. It's gone. What is happening? What is really the issue with Zoya Sugar?
You know, I will give you my 3 thoughts. Yes. Then I will summarize the 3 thoughts by telling you what the government of Kenya is doing with Zoya. I did Maswekesa Barasa. I believe in the liberalization of the cane farming and cane selling. I am a believer that when a farmer plants sugarcane, yes, as a cash crop, that farmer had planned himself to a level that by the end of this year or by after 18 months, my cane will be available for harvesting, and I want to sell this cane, either make this amount of money and use this amount of money either to pay my medical bills or pay my university fees for my children, or very many things. So it doesn't matter who will buy those cans. It matters that it only matters that whoever is buying this can is paying them well and is paying them on time. Doesn't matter who that person is, whether he's a man or a woman, whether he's from Zoia or West Kenya or Butali. My position is that farmers should be allowed to sell their cane anywhere, as long as the person buying their cane is paying them good money, maybe 6,000 shillings per ton or 5,600 per ton, and they should be paid promptly. That is the first thing that I believe in. The second thing, I believe in that we must also change the regulations to reintroduce the sugar levy, so that farmers can get fertilizer subsidies, free fertilizer, free cane seeds, so that they can plant their cane and they will pay when the cane is available for harvesting. The third thing that I believe in is that many farmers are operating at a loss. The sugar factories will come to harvest the cane. They bring their own tractor, and then if the tractor is defective and it stalls at the marketplace, people take the cane. So the farmer operates at a loss. They bring in a tractor with a driver who's a drunkard, a driver whom the farmer has got no role in deciding whether is suitable to deliver their cane to the factory or not. Okay. And then along the way, the tractor gets an accident. It veers off the road and it falls into a river. Yes. So the cane that was carrying kind of disappeared, right? It cannot be recollected back. Yes. The farmer operates at a loss. We want to ensure that cane harvesting is part of a process that will ensure that you weigh the cane from the farm. So once you weigh the cane from the farm, immediately you get the cane out of the farmer's farm. Then the liability is transferred from the farmer to the factory. So whatever happens there from the cane, the farmer knows, miwa yangu wamekata ni tani 10, you are paid for the 10 tons. Hata kama ile tractor itaharibika, watoto wa shule wakule hiyo miwa, ama yanguke kwa barabara miwa iharibike, you have to pay the farmer because the liability in terms of the custody of the cane will have been transferred from the farmer who owns the cane to the factory that has come to harvest their cane. For Nzoia Sugar, the government of Kenya has agreed to bring in the tractors from ADC to till the nucleus. Once the nucleus have been properly tilled, they will bring in these very many NYS recruits. They will plant the nucleus, have do the nucleus properly, maintain those cane until they are proper for harvesting, so that in Nzoia Sugar, the nucleus will be available to supply cane to the factory. Okay. But that will not assist the farmers of Bungoma. The beauty of the farmers of Bungoma about cane farming and supporting Nzoia is not for anything else apart from providing capacity with a factory that will buy their cane on time and pay them on time. So unless if the Nzoia factory doesn't honor their word, keep their word by buying the farmers' cane and paying them on time, the people of Bungoma will have nothing to do with that factory. So as we are developing the nucleus, we also urging the county government of Bungoma under able Governor His Excellency Ken Makelo Lusaka, that through their agriculture ministry, they should also try to hold the hands of farmers. As the government of Kenya is erecting the nucleus, the farmers around Nzoia belt should also erect their farm, their cane farming. They should be given subsidies. They should be given extension services so that they can also grow their cane. By the time we bring in a new factory in Nzoia Sugar, and Nzoia Sugar, by the time it will be able to crush the cane at their full capacity, we must have a steady supply of cane from farmers. Right. But the issues of zoning, I am against zoning. I don't agree with zoning. Yeah, that you tie a farmer around Nzoia Sugar, that you can't sell your cane anywhere else, even if Nzoia is ailing, even if Nzoia is dying, even if Nzoia is taking 24 years to pay them, even if Nzoia has not paid the people who supplied cane as long as 2013, 2014, those farmers should be allowed to sell their cane elsewhere and make money. Because they are in the business of cane farming to make money, not to appease anybody else. I can be sympathetic to junior employees who are just victims of poor management. But I cannot be sympathetic to senior managers for them not having been paid their salary. The senior managers are the one who has collapsed Nzoia Sugar by poor management policies. And I have information that they were harvesting cane from the nucleus and sharing amongst themselves. You know, the nuclear is a property of the factory. You are not supposed to pay anything, anybody, any money, apart from maybe the one transporting the cane to the factory. Because the factory owns the nuclear, the sugar cane belongs to the factory, doesn't belong to the farmer. But we had some senior managers who had allocated themselves, they had shared the nuclear. Yeah? Wanakata miwa ya nuclear, MD anasema hii tani 20 ni yake, another senior manager there anachukua tani 30. That is how Nzoia collapsed. They were stealing from their own pockets. That is how Nzoia Sugar collapsed. So let it be on record that I am only sympathetic to junior staffs who have not been paid their salaries because they are victims of mismanagement of the factory by senior managers. But any senior manager who is lamenting that they are not being paid their salary, let them not be paid. They are the ones who collapsed the factory. They are the ones who have been engaging in corruption and financial improprieties that has brought down the Nzoia Sugar by allocating themselves acres of land from the nucleus and being paid money either to them directly or to their cronies. They have siphoned enough money from Zoya in their pockets. I should not entertain any discussion by the senior managers of Zoya Sugar that we have not been paid for all this time. You harvested cane for farmers. You crushed the cane into sugar, and you sold the sugar. Where did you take the money? In fact, as a member of parliament, I will use my position in this government to ensure that any money that Nzoia Sugar will receive, priority in terms of payment, you have to pay the farmers. Then the second, you pay the junior staff. We begin from the casuals. Those junior staffs who earn 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 100,000, those cadre, yeah, from the level of supervisors downwards. But from the level of those senior managers, agriculture managers, harvesting managers, procurement manager, those are people who have who belong to go to jail. They don't belong to sit where they sit there as managers. Okay. They have to ask. They have to respond to our $1 million questions. Let me ask you, my very good friend. We have Butali, we have these private millers. They don't own a single nucleus, but they seem to be paying their workers on time, paying the farmers on time. Yeah? They seem to be running, if they are just okay, they are running well. Zoya Sugar, you have 24,000 hectares of the nucleus, with which you are supposed to, if you tell her that there is no, you're supposed to plant cane there. You already have land that can sustain the factory going forward. You're not doing this, then you want to come before me and you are crying, you become a crying people that, oh, you've not been paid. You are managing the factory. Okay. Manage the factory the same way the Butali, West Kenya are managing it. Okay. So the issues of salaries for senior staffs in Zoya Sugar, that is a debate that I will not entertain. Okay. Yeah, okay. I cannot entertain the debate of non-payment of salaries for junior staffs from supervisors going down, and the farmers. We are, yes, I am aware that Treasury and the Ministry of Agriculture and Trade, they are collaboratively working on a document, which we are going to approve as Parliament. We are waiting. Okay. I am happy and I can authoritatively report that last 2 days, the cabinet met, and Zoya Sugar was part of the, it was on order, on the cabinet paper. Right. It was discussed. I am sure, I am very confident. I trust this government. I trust all the actors from the ministries who are hell-bent to revive our factory. I can tell the people of Bungoma that whatever we promised to them, to the people around Zoya Sugar, we are going to deliver.
On devolution, and we are having His Excellency Lusaka. Then we had former Governor Ongamati, and Lusaka also being the first governor when we got into devolution. A number of times we've had you talking about being the bishop of this county, coming 2027, which is just around the corner. Are you satisfied with so far what has been done by the previous leadership? Being an advocate for good governance and leadership, are you satisfied? And when you come on board, is there something new that you're going to do for the residents of Bungoma County?
One, there is a very big problem of very huge wage bill. So this very huge wage bill in Bungoma, we will blame all our previous governments and also the people of Bungoma, because we are the ones who usually push our leaders for employment opportunities, and that huge wage bill, we must devise a formula on how we are going to increase the development money. This doesn't mean that we will sack people, but we will grow more revenue. Okay. You grow more revenue by introducing more robust revenue collection measures, so that to ensure that everybody pays their taxes, and we create more entrepreneurs. I don't believe in increasing the percentages of taxes or the rates that the people pay. but I believe in using money, what we call revolving fund for business, to grow more entrepreneurs and increase our revenue collection. So that once our own source of revenue increases, then we should be able to get more money and also rallying more development partners to partner with the county government of Bungoma in various sectors, of health, so that we can be able to grow our county. We also have a big problem of marginalizing some areas. The development is not balanced across all the 9 constituencies or across all the 45 wards within our county. You see some wards get more money than others. So there is every need to ensure that the money we get, we adopt the CDF way. The CDF way, we get the money, and then this money is spread through a formula across the 290 constituencies. When funds were developed from Nairobi to Bungoma, they were not meant that they stay at the county headquarters. Those funds should also further be developed into the 45 wards, right? We need proper project identification framework. Yeah. What the CEC for Finance presents to the county assembly as a budget should not be a preserve of about a few people. Yeah. Or alternatively, what I'm saying that when you are coming up with a CIDP, county integrated strategic plan or a development plan, you must do it very well. You have to put the best foot forward. If you don't put the best foot forward, you get everything wrong. And even when I'm doing my strategic plan for CDF in Kimilili constituency, I don't just hire somebody from Nairobi, sits somewhere in a hotel, he decides what should be done, then he gives me a document. He's not the MP, I am the member of parliament. So I am the one that engages the people in his presence, so that I know we want to build this school, that school, and that school. So that
will give a priority to public participation.
Absolutely. So we must have similar committees like CDF, the way we CDF does. That the county agrees to say that for this financial year, this is the number of money that we project we will send to Kimilili constituency. Then from Kimilili constituency, with the same amount of money, that committee sits down and say this amount of money, we should divide it equally among the 4 wards. This one to go to each and every ward. And from that particular ward, now you have another committee that tries to find out what is it that they will want the government of Bungoma to do for them.
Priorities.
So priorities. So they will itemize priorities from ward levels. It comes to constituencies, marked into one document. Then it comes to Bungoma into another one document. Those are documents which will hand it over to the CIDP experts, so that they don't just reinvent the wheel. Somebody should not just come from somewhere and they decide that Bungoma, we need a dual carriage from Chwele to this particular area. We need a county referral hospital to give from here to where, And also, we should also, I hold a completely different view. We have had a discussion that our BCRH, the county referral hospital, is overstretched. Is that it doesn't have capacity to deal with the very many patients there. And of course, we've had various interventions, including the previous regime of Governor Wangamati putting more than 800 million, I don't know how much, to build a referral hospital there. To me, I think that the only way to decongest the county referral hospital is not to build another hospital within Bungoma municipality, but to give capacity to Kimilili Sub-County Hospital, Webuye Sub-County Hospital, Kapsokon Sub-County Hospital, Cheptais, Chwele, Sirisia, Umula, and Tongaren. And also come up, with another one, either upgrade Bokoli or some other hospital within Webuye East. Once those hospitals have the capacity to deal with the cases which would otherwise be referred to Bungoma, then you will be decongesting Bungoma, and you give them capacity. But as long as you are the franchising the other health facilities.
Yes.
You're not giving them proper attention. You're not giving them capacity. Even if you build an 800 bed capacity in Bungoma town,
Yeah.
it will still not be enough because everybody will be referred to that particular facility.
Okay.
So the only way to decongest a hospital is to ensure that every constituency should be able to have a hospital that has got the capacity, yeah,
Yeah.
to deal with some of the cases that are otherwise referred
Yes.
to BCRH.
Okay.
If you look at the statistics in our hospitals about when many patients go to the hospital, what they complain of, especially people from the age of 50.
Yeah.
They will tell you they have back problems, conditions to do with their how they are sleeping, yeah, how they are living. They live in very poor houses, you know, thatched houses that are leaking roof. Yeah, they don't have even beddings. Some sleep on improvised beds with the improvised mattress.
Yeah.
As a member of parliament, I have built more than 3,600 houses for my people. I have embarked on an ambitious program of getting mattresses. All these, I don't do them with the government. I do them with my little savings.
Okay.
Every money I get, 10% belongs to God, 15% are for the people. I put it aside. So once it's lump sum, I do a
That is
project.
from your salary.
Absolutely, I do a project for them. I think as a country, if we come up with a robust program to upgrade, modernize houses for our people, it could be a one-off. It will not be a recurrent. We may reduce the number of people who are going to hospitals to seek medication. Because the backache, when you sleep on a surface that is not even,
Yes.
you will have back problems. When you sleep in a house that is leaking at night, there is too much cold. The chance of you getting pneumonia are very high. So it's just a purpose of yes, I know we can't prevent that because life is a blessing from God. But we can mitigate it and we can reduce the mortality rates. Once we address the challenges of poor living conditions, if we upgrade houses for our people and at least give them a mattress to sleep on,
Yeah.
I am sure those people who go to hospital suffering from pneumonia or diseases that are related to poor living conditions, backache problems will go down. Then that will also reduce our budget on medication, on our healthcare. So just a matter of closing this tap to reduce that.
So
We need to have a discussion.
Yeah.
I am not saying that the ideas I'm saying here are the best, but the ideas I'm just saying here, they should be put on the table so that very many people in our county begins to contribute. Fiscal analysts begin to contribute on our budget, on our budgetary capabilities, strength. Very many people, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So we have to think along that line.
Yeah.
And lastly, which is also very important, it is a shame to us leaders. It is immoral to us leaders that Bungoma as a country, as a county, which experiences perennial floods. We have many permanent rivers from Mount Elgon that we still have women, we still have people who do not have access to clean water.
Yeah.
That we still have people who still walk kilometers to go and look for this very rare commodity called water. And we are endowed with good climatic conditions. We have got very many parts of this county that even in their own homes, water oozes from their bedrooms, from the ground. I mean, there is something which we must have a discussion to ensure that in this time and era in Bungoma, No one walks hundreds of kilometers to go to fetch water from the wells,
Yes.
commonly known as T7. Even if we will put solar pumps in those T7 with the elevated tanks, so that the water can flow with gravity into the homes. At least they don't have to walk several kilometers. We will be able to solve. We make the life of people easy. Leadership are elected to make a difference in the life of the people. If you fail to make a difference in the life of the people, you have no business carrying a ladder of leadership. You have no business soliciting for votes for people to elect you as an MC or an MP or a governor or a senator. Yeah? A leader exists to make life easy. Not overnight, but there must be tangible steps that can be seen. Slowly by slowly, once you have a plan of 20 years, you'll be able to sort out these very many problems. 17 dispensaries per constituency, meaning that you take 17 times 9, we have an average of about 150. Yeah? This is my house that you look at it here. I built this house with 10 million. Yeah? 10 million shillings. Yeah? So if you put 10 million in every dispensary in Bungoma, you need 1.5 billion. You can do this in 2 financial years. And that you have every dispensary in Bungoma County looks like my house. Then the other year that will follow, you put another 10 million to kit that particular dispensaries. I tell you, our dispensaries will be to a level where when a patient goes there to seek attention, he will just anapona tu kufika tu ndani, ukikaa hivi ndani, you know, psychologically unapona, the environment unapona. Na ukiambiwa umepona, arudi mwambie hapana, wacha nilale hapa siku 2-3, tena mkiendelea kuniangalia naona sijapona vizuri. Get my point? But today, if you take a patient to any of our health facilities, even if that person is very ill or seriously sick, atakwambia nipeleke tu nyumbani, nipeleke nyumbani, because of the environment. It's not inspiring. It doesn't create hope, you know. So we have a lot of things to do in Bungoma. I believe in I am a kind of a person that believes that for us to sort out Bungoma, we need to develop all our 45 wards on the same wavelength, without any discrimination. It was wrong for Governor Wangamachi to spend too much money putting up a milk processing plant. The government of Bungoma has got no capacity to manage a milk processing plant. All the people of Bungoma want is that the milk they are having should get a market. So all you need to do as a governor is to speak with either Brookside or KCC to come and set up collection centers. Of course, we will create sheds, create collection centers at different, even in every constituency. You can spend 3 million to put up a collection center where KCC can come and mount their tank, and they will collect the milk from the farmers to their collection center and take the milk to Eldoret or wherever they want to take them. And the farmers will get paid. All the dairy farmers want from Bungoma is that they want a market for the milk they are producing. Then as a county government, we focus on developing our dairy industry by increasing the AI centers, artificial insemination centers, by also trying to work with the ADC, to work with these farms that deals with dairy cows, to set up a center in Bungoma here where they can begin they can bring here calves, they can begin to bring here cows, and they will tell our people that utaka ng'ombe ya maziwa, nunua from ADC here, buy from here, you want to win breeding, do it here. We just develop our dairy farming by policy. Not by injecting any money, just by policy.
So obviously you can see very robust plans there for Honorable Didmus Barasa. You know, they telling us that in 2027 you're going to be the bishop of the county.
Go to like Tongaren. I cry tears. I go to Tongaren constituency. I look at the roads, networks in Tongaren.
It's been an issue.
I go to some parts of Mount Elgon. There is a road that runs to Banantega, to Chepuk, near the military, wherever, the camp there. That place is purely agricultural area, but the road access is very poor. I go to Pumula, they have tried, but there are some parts which are not good. And you go to the county roads department, you see there are machines, graders there, there are excavators there, there are tippers there, just lying idle. Those tippers, those graders, those road maintenance equipment, they should be maintaining our roads from Monday to Friday, from January to December. I appreciate that Ken Lusaka is trying to revive some of them. Most of them during Governor Wangamati's tenure, they were run down and they were being used by the same contractors that Wangamati was giving contracts. You will give you a contract and give you the equipment to use for free. That is stealing from the public coffers. And I think that is what led to the dilapidation of most of our roads. The roads department in Bungoma County must have enough budget, not too much money, for fueling those graders, so that the MCS can have some kind of a schedule that from this week they are repairing roads from this county, from this ward. Tomorrow they go here, there. The other week they go there, so that we maintain all our roads. You know, good roads are not necessarily tarmac. As long as they are passable, we'll have no problem.
Would say we have 10 months in the office. The CC member is there. How would you rate him?
With his first budget, he's a good young man. He's a good young man who is very supportive to his boss, and I think if he continues like that, I think we will head somewhere as a county. Msemo ya Kiswahili vile wanasema mgema akisifiwa tembo ulitia maji. Asifanye hivyo tukamsifu akaweza kulitia maji.
But
I know is because I have had a discussion with him. He agrees with me that there should be no impassable road in Bungoma because they have machines and equipment which they can just fuel and sort out those problems. So they began by putting the best foot forward by revamping those machines. Once they are up and running, we expect to see our. I am a stickler to all declarations, to all accords that were signed by our forefathers, including the one at Mobanga, when the people from our community were not at peace with the Sabaot from Mount Elgon. There was a Sabaot and the Usu leaders and Tachoni, they met in Mobanga. And they agreed that when you have a governor from a particular community, a running mate should come from a different community. So that Mabanga Accord, I want to tell the people of Bungoma that I take it very, very seriously because we have to take the cake of Bungoma, all of us, the Sabaots, the Tesos, the Tachonis, the Bukus, a few Jews who live here, those things. So majorly the three major tribes, the four major tribes, Sabaot, Teso, Bukusu, Tachoni, these four things. We must, all of us, support the cake so that the cake can be baked.
Will you consider gender?
Why not?
Wow. So you are an MP on UDA ticket. On the same ticket.
You know, when you are a governor of Bungoma, there are very many dynamics. For example, I have had people dismissing Fort Kenya, saying that Fort Kenya is a village party. It's a party that is only in Bungoma. Blah blah, those kind of things. But the government of Bungoma is a Fort Kenya government. You look at the number of MCAs, there are many. Some of the things which I will consider to inform, that I considered to inform my choice of a party is the investment of a party to develop grassroots leaders. You know, we have these big parties don't invest much in developing grassroots leaders. You know, but these other parties people call small. They invest everything, like their life depends on it, with with the grassroots leaders who are MCS.
Yeah.
Yeah. So once a party has a monopoly of having more MCS than any other person, as a governor, why would I want to make myself a candidate for impeachment threats?
Okay.
Because you don't control the assembly, you know. I think I have that intellectual capacity to ensure that we move all together. So what I can assure you is that the governor of Bungoma in 2027 will be a Kenya, will be from Kenya.
Kenya Kwanza. All right. Yeah. All right, our viewers, what a powerful parting shot there from Mheshimiwa. We want to appreciate your time having us here and dissecting in so many issues for the sake of our people. And back to you, our viewers. Remember, this is Civic Space 101 channel where we give power to the people. Very exclusive, very informative, very educative, and all that for your sake. My name is Kate Kulo. Until next time, bye-bye.